Here we are in front of Beach Baby Bob's house in Cambridge, Ontario, and it looks like he's got a lot going on, at least in his front yard. And I wonder if he's home. Maybe we'll take a look around the property and see if he's home. Maybe we can find him and talk to him. Anyway, the house appears to be a brown raised ranch, probably built about 30 years ago, so in the 80s. And there's lots of stones here on the boulevard. There's some grass and some stones and some more grass at the front of the house, and stones here, different colored stones, red rocks and small beach stones, some large boulders. This Beach Baby Bob obviously likes plants, and he likes rocks. This beautiful white flowering plant here up the front where the pathway is, I think that's called snow on the mountain, or snow in summer. It is one of the first flowers to bloom in the spring. Lots of grasses. There's a euonymus. This yellow one is a euonymus. They're easy to grow. Aren't they beautiful boulders though? Large boulders, different kinds. There's a dolomite, limestone dolomite rock, that one there. I'm not sure what that one is, but there's some beautiful rocks on this lawn. Lots of grasses, some irises, these yellow irises here. It's a weeping pine tree of some sort. There's a mugo pine. This one here is a mugo pine. Wow, look at the large beach stones. The front porch is made out of an armor type of stone. Holy cats, he's even got a stone in the middle of his driveway here. Another dolomite type limestone rock. Oh, there's a cat. Beach Baby Bob's got a cat back there. Twyla May. Let's go that way and just see if we can... Oh, Twyla May. Nope, she went. So, I think what we'll do is we'll go up one of these pathways. I noticed that he's got a grassy pathway here. Let's go up the pathway and have a look. Lots of perennials. There's a nice rock. I think that rock there was found on the Bruce Peninsula up near Lake Huron and Georgian Bay. This big fragrant bush is called a beauty bush. It's very, very big. And there's the weeping mulberry tree. A Buddha. There's a Buddha. Lots of statuaries so far. Another rabbit. Some brass birds. I love the way he piles rocks. He's got these rocks on top of rocks. That Beach Baby, oh, there's a painting in the tree. Looks like the Mona Lisa. Maybe Beach Baby, yes, I know it. It says Beach Baby Bob on it. Beach Baby Bob is a painter too. Holy cats, and what is this? It looks like a post from a tree, a piece of tree with a big knot in the middle of it. Wow. There's a Ficus benjamina plant. That's a house plant. That's a tropical plant. He must just bring it out into his yard in the warm weather, because that thing would not live in the wintertime outside. It's a fig, or Ficus benjamina. Beautiful yellow irises. What is this in the tree? Oh my goodness, look at this. That's petrified wood. Those rocks are petrified wood. Holy cats, what a creative way to display it. And a smoke bush, a beautiful purple smoke bush. Just coming out now into blossom. Another piece of art on a rock. There's some more art. Another piece of sculpture, a little metal cat on the rock there. Good plants. So this path is heading up the side of the house. There's another house plant sitting on a chair. Here's a beautiful, beautiful dark purple black iris. Raspberries over there growing up the side of that wooden. It's a raspberry plant, so you can eat the raspberries. He's got all these birds in his yard too. I noticed there's a little bird up here. It's just a funny little bird. He must like hummingbirds. He's got all these fake hummingbirds hanging from different things. And even a moose. He's even got a moose. So the path's bringing me around to the back of the house. I notice he has a deck with an awning. It's always nice to have some shade. So since it's around 7 o'clock at night, we're facing west now. You're facing the sun. Pagoda. There seems to be an area over here where there's a swing and some chairs and a picnic table. That's very quiet in there. It's nice. And then there's, oh my, potted plants. There's a tomato there in that one. So obviously he loves vegetables. Tomato plant. Another statue. A rock that looks like the head of a dog. So there is the cherry tree there. That cherry tree looks like it's dead, but he's cut all the top branches off of it, and he's got a bar to do some chin-ups. He must be into fitness. And bird feeders. Well, you don't need to fill the bird feeders this time of year because there's lots of natural insects and things for birds, berries and stuff for birds. There's another smoke bush. Oh, this is a quince bush. This bush here will, when it gets mature enough, it'll have little quince berries. And but it's a slow-growing bush. This cut-leaf red maple here, tree. There's a Hoya plant. This Hoya plant here is an indoor tropical plant, so he's got it outside, and that is going to yield some flowers, but the flowers on the Hoya usually only come out at night, and they smell beautiful at night, and then in the daytime you don't see them and you don't smell them. That's a purple heart. So these are tropical plants that need to be, and there's a spider plant in a pot hanging from the tree, and a mirror. These are tropical plants that need to be brought in the house in the cold weather. So there's the deck, the swing up there. I see some people, but not Beach Baby Bob. But it's nice to have a deck. This looks like he's planted wildflowers seeds, and so that's why it's not weeds. These are seeds that were planted about a month ago, and they will turn into beautiful flowers of all kinds in about 2 months. So that'll be one big blooming flower garden in 2 months. Another tomato plant in a pot. A couple of heads there looking at us. Let's see what's down. Oh, nice shade tent. Another picnic table that looks like it's made out of metal, and it's got a rock top with a couple of ants on it, which are little statues. There's a cactus, which is another tropical plant. Needs to go inside in the summer. So this one here, this tropical plant, it's called I forget the scientific name, but it's called a pea plant. It smells like urine. Maybe he can hardly wait to get that out of his house in the summertime or the spring. Beautiful Buddha there holding a pitchfork and a rock. And lots of bird baths. There's one there. Better get that ball out of it so the birds can get in it. Oh, he's got this fern garden. This is a larch tree right here. This is a deciduous evergreen. Well, it's not an evergreen because it loses its needles. Larch tree or tamarack. And then it loses its needles just like the deciduous trees, like the maple trees and the oak trees. Loses its needles in the fall. All winter it's bare, but it looks like an evergreen, but it's not. Tamarack. And then this is his fern garden. They like lots of water and shade. So, oh, paintbrushes hanging from a metal kind of a display pole. I think Beach Baby Bob is a painter. Oh my goodness. There's a Norfolk pine. Of course, that's another tree that would have to go in the house in the cold weather. Maybe he uses that as his Christmas tree in the Christmas time. Big, beautiful, 7-foot tall Norfolk pine. That's nice. Oh, I love the driftwood. Nice driftwood. This looks like a big tree. This is a tree with beans on it. Cedar trees. Those two things are for planting, those baskets, those green baskets are for planting tomatoes that are upside down. The dirt's in there, and the tomato leaves and stems come out of the bottom. So you put the water in the top. There's a snake plant. They're tropical too. You see them growing everywhere in places like Mexico, but he's got it in a pot and in the ground. He's growing lettuce in here. He loves vegetables. And then he's got a compost pit over here. He must take all his vegetable scraps and fruit scraps and throw them in there and mix it up with dirt, and then he uses it again as fertilizer. Hibiscus plant. Hibiscus plants need a lot of water. They get big flowers, and they smell beautiful, the flowers, but they need a lot of water, and they got to be out of the sun. And it's a tropical plant that's got to go in when it gets cold out. Spirea bush here, white flowers, beautiful bush, if you ever want to use it, a bush for a hedge, that would be the one. The spirea, cedars, spirea make great hedges. Well, and there's his rain barrel. So obviously he collects rain. It comes down the eave trough, goes into the barrel there, and then he's got a hose attached to it so he can use it to water all these plants, and he's got a lot of them. So I don't see a swimming pool. I do see that cherry tree up there with the rake leaning on it, a dead cherry tree with the bird feeders, but I see the baby cherry tree up here with cherries on it. At least they're starting to come near the house. So maybe a squirrel took one of the cherry seeds from the mother tree here and brought it over and planted it there, and then years later you got the baby growing. So anyway, he doesn't have a swimming pool, but he does have vegetables in pots. Different kinds of flowers, cedar rail fence here. Place to sit in the shade. Another place to sit in the shade. He's got a deck with a swing on it. Oh, there's a barbecue. He's got this. It looks like it's plugged in. Yep, it is. It's an electric barbecue. So he's not using gas. That's nice. Good idea. He's trying not to waste. So we'll go down this side of the house. Anyway, lots of stuff going on in this yard. Dry riverbed here. So the water comes down the eaves trough and hits these rocks and goes down the ditch here between these two houses and out to the street. And this rock here in the middle of the driveway must mean something to him. And there's Beach Baby Bob's truck. I guess he uses it to haul things to the dump and go pick up different plants and rocks. He's got a little fountain going on here, which looks like you plug in. Yep, there's the outlet. It's got things on the side of the stone brick. Big, huge cactus plant there. Another tropical plant that needs to go in. Glass. Different colors of glass in this fountain. He's even got money in there. There's a wild ginger plant. Geranium. More rocks and beautiful, beautiful flowers. Wow. You know what? Beach Baby Bob's not there. I guess he's a busy man. Maybe he's out traveling to Africa or somewhere. So, it's about 7:30, going on 8 o'clock. It's June, and we're in front of Beach Baby Bob's house in Cambridge, Ontario.